So Amazon stunned everybody yesterday, canceling its New York City headquarter plans. The headquarters was to potentially going to create 25,000 jobs. Joining us is Yahoo Finance's Dan Halley. He's got more for us. This is over and out. It's not coming back, is it?
Yeah, no, this is essentially done. I mean, there was some speculation that maybe Amazon could be bluffing to try to get politicians back to the table, maybe get kind of a better deal, or at least have more conversations about it. But it seems like it's completely done. And they were originally supposed to make 25,000 jobs. It could have produced up to 40,000 jobs in the area as Amazon continued to expand its presence once it built out the HQ2 in Long Island City. But since it's pulled out, there's not going to be many jobs. And some of the people that I've talked to, job recruiters, some industry experts, said that this really leaves kind of a black eye in the image of New York for the tech scene. It was, this was kind of going to be a reinvention of the city as a real rival to Silicon Valley. It's the second, it's the place with the second most tech jobs in the country outside of Silicon Valley, and this really would have helped push it to be more of an equal to it. But without this kind of Amazon build out, we're really not going to see that. There is, however, a build out of jobs for Google, which is building new facilities on New York's west side, and Apple is bringing more jobs here. And there are, already 5,000 Amazon jobs. That doesn't include Whole Foods positions. But yeah, this is going to be a big blow to New York.
To be clear, those jobs you just mentioned, they're not going anywhere, right? We haven't heard from Google or from Apple or from any of these other big tech companies that they are now going to cancel those plans, right?
No. Google and Apple are still on board. I mean, there was a thought that maybe, with Amazon pulling out the kind of political backlash to the HQ2, maybe there would be an issue with Google or Apple doing their own build out. But I mean, it really comes down to the $3 billion in tax incentives that Amazon was going to be getting that really soured a lot of people, including politicians and protesters in the area. And that really doesn't have anything to do with Google or Apple.
All right, Dan Halley from our newsroom, thank you. And joining us now to discuss more, Tech NYC Policy Director Zak Hecht. Zak, you were one of those who was not happy with Amazon's decision. You have a lot of company, I would say, in the wake of this. But what does it do to the image of New York City? I mean, as Dan pointed out, there are a lot of other tech jobs here and plans for more.
Yeah, so New York is already a capital for tech in the world. We have over 330,000 tech employees here in New York. We have some of the most investment in the world for the startup scene. However, it is disappointing that Amazon is not coming here. 25,000 to 40,000 jobs just at Amazon would have been a huge win, and it would have helped to further solidify our position. We're optimistic going forward, but we definitely need to think about how the political climate will affect the growth of tech here. And it's a wake-up call, perhaps.
Is there, when you talk about the political climate, is there an opportunity now, whether it's Democrats or perhaps even Republicans make some kind of resurgence in what is a Democratic stronghold, to rework the tax policy in this city as well as this state? Because if we're having to constantly give incentives to bring people in, isn't there something already wrong with the tax code that you want to make it a level playing field so that people say, we're going to go there?
I think that people come to New York because of the wealth of talent here. We have more top caliber universities than anywhere. We have a great computer science education program throughout our public school system. And even with the current tax structure, we have seen New York tech ecosystem take off. So I think that is a conversation that can be had, but right now we're confident in the current climate with the current tax structure. A lot of companies still want to make their home in New York because of everything we have to offer.
What about the issue of housing affordability? I mean, yes, for the folks who Amazon was going to pay $120,000, $150,000 on average, they would be able to afford housing in New York City. But then what about sort of all down the line and what that would do to the housing picture in New York?
Yeah, I mean, there's an affordability crisis for New York housing and in many urban centers throughout the country. And we need smart policies from our government officials to remedy that. And New York City is taking a lot of steps to build affordable housing, and we were confident that Amazon coming here would have helped create further policies. There would have been over $28 billion in projected tax revenue, and that could have been directed to the build-out of more affordable housing or whatever the policymakers felt was necessary.
All right. Unfortunately, we have to stop the discussion because of the president's press conference. They ate into a lot of time today. But Tech New York City Policy Director Zak Hecht, thank you for joining us.